So let us discuss about the next phylum, that is phylum Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata. Okay. So we have completed Echinodermata in the last video. Okay. So in this video, let us talk about the phylum Hemichordata. See, the phylum Hemichordata, it is an intermediate between non-chordates and chordates because it is showing the characters of both the chordates as well as non-chordates. Some of the characters of the phylum Hemichordata, the presence of dorsal neurochord and the notochord and the presence of gill slits, so they indicates the chordate characters. Earlier it was placed in the phylum Chordata, but later on, due to some of the characters which are not matching with the chordata, hence it is placed in a separate phylum, that is as Hemichordata. Okay. So the phylum Hemichordata, that includes around 90 species and all of them are exclusively marine forms. It includes around 90 species and all of them, they are exclusively marine forms, and most of these animals are tuberculous. Most of these animals are tuberculous. Tuberculous means they are the burrowing animals. They are found living inside the burrows or inside the tubes which is digged by them in the soil. Andre sand alli tubes na dig ಮಾಡಿ ಆ dig ಒಳಗಡೆ tubes ಒಳಗಡೆ survive ಆಗುವಂತ animals. So hence they are said to be tuberculous animals or the burrowing animals. Okay. So earlier there is a thought that these animals they possess the notochord. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಸಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ದ ಲೇಟರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದೆಮ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಬಕಲ್ ಡೈವರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಬಕಲ್ ಡೈವರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋಮೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಬಕಲ್ ಡೈವರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟೋಮೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ನ ನೋಟೋಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಥಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್, as it is proved that it is not a notochord, this is considered as a buccal diverticulum or stomochord anta gottadmele it was then included in as a separate phylum, that is as Hemichordata. So that includes nearly around 90 species and all of them they are exclusively marine, and the tuberculous are burrowing animals. They are found inside the tubes which were made by them in the sand, and they burrows the sand, they dig the sand and we lives within the sand. Hence they are said to be the burrowing animals. Okay. So let us look into the general characters of these animals, that is the phylum Hemichordata. Okay, so some general characters like about the body organization, they show organ system grade of organization. They show organ system grade of organization. So there are definite organs which were found in the body to perform definite functions. Hence they show organ system grade of organization. Okay, so then the next character is these animals are bilaterally symmetrical. These animals are bilaterally symmetrical. They show bilateral symmetry. It means the body can be divided into two halves from anterior to posterior direction. The body can be divided into two halves from anterior to posterior direction. Hence, these animals they are showing bilateral symmetry. They are bilaterally symmetrical animals. Okay. Then the next point is about their body wall. These animals are triploblastic in nature. Triploblastic in nature. They exhibit three germ layers, that is the ectoderm, endoderm and the mesoderm. Hence these animals are considered as triploblastic animals. Okay. Then about the body cavity, these animals they comes under Eucoelomata. They comes under Eucoelomata. It means they possess the true coelom. It means that the coelom is derived from the embryonic gut. avagale helide ninge Echinodermatadalli. So the coelom is derived from the embryonic gut. Embryonic gut inda coelom derive ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನ eucoelomates ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, so hence these animals also they possess the coelom, and the coelom is derived from the embryonic gut. Hence it is what is called as eucoelomates. Okay, so they show organ system grade of organization and they are bilaterally symmetrical animals, and the body can be divided into two halves from anterior to posterior direction. They are triploblastic and they are eucoelomates. Okay. So then the next character is about the shape of the body. So these animals they possess a vermiform body, and that can be divided into the anterior region, what is called as a proboscis. The anterior region called as a proboscis. Then the collar and trunk. They have vermiform body. Vermiform body means vermiform. For example, like the earthworm, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗ ಥರ ಇರೋಂಥ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲಾಂಗೇಟೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಮಿಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ವೇರ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಪ್ರೊಬಾಸಿಸ್, ಕಾಲರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟ್ರಂಕ್. 3 ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಪ್ರೊಬಾಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಮಿಡಲ್ region is what is called as the collar, and the posterior region is what is called as the trunk. And again the trunk, the trunk is further divided into, I will draw the diagram of that. The trunk is further divided into the hepatic region, before that the bronchial region, then the next thing is hepatic region, and the gonadal region, region. Okay, so there are 3 different regions can be seen in the trunk. Bronchial region means the respiratory region, then the hepatic region, then the gonadal region. Hepatic region, so where it shows the digestive system. So whereas in the gonadal region, it shows the gonads. So where the trunk is a major part in the animal body, here it is divided into 3 regions: the bronchial region, hepatic region, and the gonadal region. Okay, so mainly the body is vermiform, and it is divided into anterior proboscis, collar, trunk, and trunk is mainly divided into 3 branches like bronchial region, hepatic region, and the gonadal region. Okay, so let us look into the structure of an animal in this phylum, where it is showing the anterior region, that is what is called as the proboscis. Okay, so this is the proboscis. Thereafter it is followed by the structure what is regarded as a collar. This is a collar, and it is followed by a trunk region. And where the body that ends with the structure, what is called as the anus. Okay, so the body of the animal is like this. Okay, the body is mainly divided into 3 regions, as I said. So this is the gonadal region. So where we can see here the gill slits, the bronchial region. Okay, so this is the structure of the body of the earthworm, of the animal that belongs to the hemichordata. So where it bears the structures what is called as proboscis, the anterior region what is called as a proboscis, and this is what is called as a collar, and this is what is regarded as a trunk. So as I said, the trunk is divided into bronchial region, then this is the gonadal region, and this is the abdominal region. Okay, and this is what is called as the anus, and this is regarded as the anus. Okay, so here this is a typical animal that belongs to the phylum Hemichordata. So what is called as balanoglossus. Okay, this is also called as, commonly it is known as tongue worm. Common ಆಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಟಂಗ್ ವರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು 3 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ: ಆಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ proboscis, then collar, then the next region is what is called as a trunk. Trunk is mainly divided into bronchial, gonadal, and abdominal or hepatic regions. Okay, so this is the respiratory regions, that is the bronchial region, so gonadal region, and this is the hepatic region, that is the abdominal region, and where it ends with the anus. Okay, so this is the body form of an animal that belongs to the phylum Hemichordata. Okay, hemi means half or partial. It means showing some of the characters of the chordates. Okay, so let us look into the further characters of this phylum Hemichordata. I think we discussed about the body wall and the coelom. Here these animals, they exhibit the digestive system, and the digestive system is here, it is complete. The animals, they exhibit the digestive system, a complete digestive system. So where it starts with the mouth, and it will ends with the anus. It is ending with the anus. It starts with the mouth and it is ending with the anus. Okay, and in the anterior region, it's showing the proboscis. It is showing the proboscis in the anterior region, where in the pre-oral region, it is showing in the proboscis region, in the pre-oral ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ mouth ಇಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ. Okay, ಅಂದರೆ ಮೌತ್ ಬಿಗಿನ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದಿನ ರೀಜನ್. ದ ಪ್ರೀ ಓರಲ್, ಪ್ರೀ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ, ಓರಲ್, ಓರಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೌತ್, ಅಂದರೆ ದ ಅರ್ಲಿ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೌತ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಷನ್. The early regions are the pre-oral regions of the mouth showing an extension. Showing an extension. ಅಂದರೆ proboscis ಹಿಂಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು. The early regions of the mouth that is showing an extension, and that extension is what is called as buccal diverticulum. ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು, buccal diverticulum. Buccal diverticulum. This is also called as stomachard. This is also called as stomachard. Okay, the buccal diverticulum or the stomachard. The buccal diverticulum or the stomachard, it is considered as, it is thought as the notochord. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಮುಂಚೆ, there is a thought that the buccal diverticulum or stomachard as a notochord ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿದಿದ್ರು. Thereafter what happened, this came to, this is neither showing the structure of the notochord and not the function of the notochord. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ buccal diverticulum ಮತ್ತು stomachard ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, notochord structure ನು ಶೋ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ then notochord function ನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. It is neither showing the structure of the notochord and nor doing the function of the notochord. Hence, this cannot be considered as a notochord. But earlier they thought that, the scientists, the zoologists, they thought that this one as a notochord. But later studies that indicated that this buccal diverticulum or the stomachard, this is neither showing the structure of the notochord and nor doing the function of the notochord. Okay. So notochord, the presence of notochord, you know, that is a characteristic feature of chordates. All chordates. But here this is not the notochord. Suppose if this is a notochord, this can be included in the phylum Chordata. But as they are not possessing a notochord, but some characters of the chordates, hence they were classified or they were named as hemichordata or half chordata or partial chordata. Okay. So that is about the buccal diverticulum or the stomachard. So digestive system is complete. Start with the mouth and that ends with the anus. Where in the proboscis region, you know, in the preoral cavity, that is showing an extension. Preoral means just before the mouth. It is showing an extension, and that extension is what is called as buccal diverticulum or notochord. So as I said earlier, it was thought as a notochord, but the recent studies or the investigations on them, that is showing that it is neither doing the function of the notochord and nor showing the structure of the notochord. Hence, it is not considered as a notochord. Okay, so that is about the buccal diverticulum or the stomachard. Okay, then the next character is about the respiration. See, in these, the animals, the respiration takes place by means of numerous gill slits. Numerous gill slits. The presence of gill slits is the character of the chordates. Okay, so it is the character of the chordate where it resembles the chordata, the phylum Chordata, by the presence of gill slits. Respiration that takes place by means of numerous gill slits. So avage diagram alli ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, bronchial region ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, so where that exhibits the gill slits. So respiration that takes place by means of numerous gill slits. Okay, then the excretion in these animals, excretion will be done by a proboscis gland. Excretion will be done by a proboscis gland, what is called as glomerulus. A proboscis gland, what is called as the glomerulus. This is the excretory structure of the hemichordata. The excretion means the elimination of the nitrogenous waste that takes place through a proboscis gland, that is what is called as the glomerulus. This is the excretory organ of the phylum Hemichordata. Okay, so then about the circulatory system, the next point is about the circulatory system. So here in these animals where the circulatory system is open type, circulatory system is open type, so it means there is no blood vessels. Blood is not flowing within the vessels. There is no definite vessels can be seen in the circulatory system. Okay. Here circulatory system is said to be open type. It means there is no blood vessels and blood is flowing inside the sinuses. Sinuses means that is in the place, the spaces of the body. Space within the body. Body ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ space ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ blood flow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So hence the circulatory system is open type. But it is showing longitudinal vessels. It is showing longitudinal vessels, but not, it is showing longitudinal vessels, but not extending up to the entire body. Okay, but showing longitudinal vessels, so then they opens up into body spaces. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ vessels ಅಂದ್ರೆ longitudinal vessel ಇದೆ, but not extending up to the whole length of the body, but it opens up to the body space. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಬಾಡಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ಗೆ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೀನ್. So there is a longitudinal vessels, they opens up into the body spaces or they opens up into the sinuses. Okay, hence circulatory system is said to be open type, and heart is dorsal in position. They exhibit a heart, and this heart is dorsal in position. Heart is dorsal in position. Okay, so this is about the circulatory system. There is an open type of circulation can be seen where the blood is flowing within the body spaces, that is what is called as the sinuses, and there is a longitudinal vessel that also opens into sinuses or spaces within the body. So within that, it means the body space is filled with the blood, that is what is called as a hemolymph or hemocoel. Okay, so heart is dorsal in position. Okay, then the next thing is about the nervous system. The nervous system, it is of showing both the nature, that is the caudate nature as well as the non-caudate nature. So it is showing a nerve cord. The nervous system showing a nerve cord. It is showing a nerve cord. It is a character of a caudate. The presence of a dorsal tubular, halo tubular nerve cord, that is a character of a caudate. But this nerve cord, you know, that is restricted to only the region of the collar. It is restricted to the region of the collar, not extending throughout the length of the body. Not extending, remember, not extending throughout the length of the body. So where the nervous system consists of a dorsal tubular halo nerve cord, but that nerve cord remain to the collar region. Remember the collar region. So the anterior region is the proboscis, you know, the next region followed by this is what is called as the collar, then followed by the trunk, you know, and where the nerve cord is restricted to this region only, that is to the collar region only, where not extending throughout the length of the body. Hence means like mixture of characters that can be seen, that is both the chordata character as well as a non-chordate character that can be seen in the nervous system. So where the nervous system showing the nerve cord and the nerve cord is restricted to the collar region only. So where a tubular nerve cord is found in the collar region but not extending throughout the length of the body. Okay, so this is about the nervous system. So then about the reproduction, you know, here the sexes may be separate or sexes they may be united. It means both the condition can be seen in reproduction. So reproduction, either sexes are separate. It means both the male and female, they are separate, or they may be united. The sexes may be separate or they may be united. Then fertilization is external. Here we can see external fertilization. Fertilization is external, or sometimes it may be internal in some forms, but majorly the fertilization is said to be the external fertilization. And the development include a larval stage, what is called as Tarnaria larva. Here actually the Tarnaria larva found in this, that is in hemichordata. So avage idralli, but actually not in the echinodermata, but this is a larva found in hemichordata. Okay, so Tarnaria, this is the larval stage, larva of hemichordata. Hence development is what is called as indirect development can be seen, includes a larval stage, what is called as Tarnaria larva. Okay, so this is about the general characters or the features of the phylum hemichordata. Okay, so hemichordata, so where they showing the characters, some of the characters of the chordates and majority of the characters of the non-chordates. Okay, so there are around 90 species in this. So just glance, I will glance once. So body is vermiform and they are showing organ system grade of organization. They are triploblastic animals, they are eucoelomates. They have vermiform body divided into anterior proboscis, the collar and the trunk region. Trunk is further divided into the branchial region, the hepatic region and the gonadal region. So where the digestive system is complete, start with the mouth and that ends with the anus. Okay, so where the proboscis that showing a pre-oral extension, that is what is called as the buccal diverticulum or the stomachard, that is earlier considered as a notochord, but later on they discovered this is neither showing the structure of the notochord and nor doing the function of the notochord. Hence it is cannot considered as a notochord, and they were placed, these animals, they were placed in a separate phylum, what is called as hemichordata. Okay, so where the respiration that takes place by means of numerous gill slits, then excretion takes place by means of the proboscis gland, what is called as the glomerulus. So thereafter the nervous system showing the characters of the both the chordate as well as the non-chordate character. The chordate character is the presence of nerve cord but restricted to collar region, so that is a chordate character. But the remaining thing, there is no nerve cord in the other parts of the body, so where it is not extending throughout the length of the body, it is found only in the region of the collar. Okay, hence it cannot be truly considered as a chordate animal. So when it comes to the reproduction, here sexes may be separate or they may be united. Fertilization is mostly, it is external fertilization, and development includes a larval stage, what is called as Tarnaria larva. Okay, so this is all about the general characters of the phylum Hemichordata. So in the next class we will discuss about the next phylum, that is the phylum Chordata, and the different subphylums of Chordata and the different classes which comes under the phylum Chordata. Okay, so in next video I come up with the Chordata. Okay, thank you.